the girl who knew everything but couldn't speak in a small neighborhood in Cameroon. There lived a young girl named Mirabelle, intelligent, disciplined, and full of dreams. She was the kind of student every teacher admired: straight A's, first in class, and her parents' pride. But Mirabelle had one hidden struggle. She didn't know how to express herself. Growing up, she was told, "Don't talk when elders are talking. Children should be seen, not heard. Respect means silence." So she learned to stay quiet, even when she had something valuable to say. At home, her ideas didn't count. At family gatherings, she wasn't allowed to speak. And slowly, that silence built a cage around her confidence. When Mirabelle finished university, her parents, proud and hopeful, decided to send her abroad. They believed their daughter's intelligence would shine. Her father sold their last piece of land. Her mother borrowed from friends and church members, saying, "My daughter will make us proud. She's the smartest child in our family." And indeed, Mirabelle was brilliant. But no one told her that being abroad wasn't just about knowledge. It was about communication. When she started applying for jobs, she faced interview after interview, rejection after rejection. Not because she wasn't smart, but because she couldn't express her brilliance. The first question that defeated her every time was the simplest one. "Tell me about yourself." She froze. She stumbled. She said, "My name is Mirabelle. I am from Cameroon." And then silence. Everything she knew stayed trapped in her mind, like a bird afraid to fly. She cried for nights, wondering, "Why am I failing when I'm so educated?" Then she realized she wasn't lacking intelligence. She was lacking expression. The same voice that was silenced in childhood was now costing her opportunities as an adult. So Mirabelle decided to rebuild herself. She started small, joining social groups, practicing interviews with friends, taking public speaking and leadership courses. She watched videos on confidence, joined online coaching classes, and forced herself to speak even when her voice trembled. Slowly, her voice grew stronger. Her confidence became visible. And soon, when she walked into another interview and was asked, "Tell me about yourself," she smiled, took a deep breath, and spoke like the woman she had always wanted to be. Prestly Media emotional tone. The lesson in Mirabelle's story is clear. Intelligence without expression is like a light hidden under a basket. African parents must understand. Discipline is good, but silence kills confidence. When we tell our children not to speak, we don't just silence their words, we silence their future voices. So, let your children speak. Let them share ideas. Let them ask questions. Correct them with love, not fear. Because someday, that same child will need their voice, not just their certificates, to survive in the world. Closing line in Prestly Media's voice. Mirabelle's journey reminds us that the greatest education begins at home, not in what we teach our children to know, but in what we allow them to say and do with our support. If you are enjoying it and want more stories and motivations from this channel, like and subscribe to Prestly Media for more contents of Lifetime.